Caribbean, but my background is Haitian. So we all see what's going on with the Haitian community. They say we eating cats and dogs, which is
Yeah,
nonsense.
can I can
You
I
know what I mean?
can I ask you a quick question? Sorry to break your
Absolutely.
because you.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So, now, so you being Haitian, what were you offended by the comment that Trump made? Did you care? Like, what's your thought? How did you feel about that?
Um, because back in the day, right now I'm in my 40s. I'm a grown ass man, so I don't let things bother me as much. But back in the day, I would have been furious. You know what I mean? And because I know it's not true, um, it doesn't bother me that much. But yes, I am offended. But I don't. I'm like, let me say it this way. I'm not letting it bother me like I would have let it bother me back in the day. I know it's not true. I know it's propaganda. I know that us as Haitian people, our history, um, and the way everything started with us, and the way we actually also started everything, as far as our revolution and our story and whatnot, right? I know people don't talk about Haitian people enough. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things kind of started with us. I'm sure Chief Pontiac will be able to say that too. We pretty much swam to Florida to help in the Gullah Wars. Like we were part of that army that kind of came over to help and things like that. So I learned a lot over the last few years. So at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me anymore. Okay, let me say it this way. I think it was a few years back. I think he said something about I think he was talking about Africa at the time, where he said that third
Yeah.
world countries or something like that was shithole
Did
countries and
whole
shit like
countries
that.
and that the Mexicans
Yeah,
were
yeah,
this. Mhm.
exactly. Yeah, that actually
Everybody
bothered me.
put it
That
there.
bothered me way more than this. That bothered me way more than this thing that he's saying right now, to be honest with you. But because I've evolved, I've grown, um, I feel like I'm ascending as well. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I don't let it bother me because I know it's a show. They're trying to poke at us. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? So it's so true. Again, they've been trying to hold the woman in particular. But I do feel that us as men as well, we should have this. I wish all of us could have a loud voice like Chief Pontiac. You know what I mean? But not all of us understand the truth like we should. You know what I mean? So,
Let me say
for
this
example, me,
too. When
go
you
ahead.
say when you and I don't mean to interrupt, but
No, that's okay.
I want to say this. So you said that you're not worried. You know what? I'm worried about the danger in it. What is happening from it. And that copper color people that are not even from Haitian because we kind of similar to each other, that other people are getting hurt because of their remarks. Like I said, they come to divide and destroy. But when you say you're not worried about it, you know, that's the part I'm worried about it. I know you saying because you know it's not true. But
Can I
Yes.
just jump in real quick? Like, listen,
Yeah. Go.
um, my guy, you're Haitian.
Yeah.
Understanding, understood. Listen, I understand that you are under a conglomerate of fuck shit that we have also gone through, right? And
Hmm.
then you listen. No, let me break this shit down. I wanna really get this shit off.
come on,
You
y'all.
as a Haitian, hold up. You as a Haitian coming to America is fucking us to say that we have not gone through no drama, no heartfelt shit. Our people's just being killed every fucking day, all day, and we stood on our business, and we still stand on our fucking business, and we ain't gonna never let go,
No.
and we never gonna let go. Let me get this shit the fuck off.
You gotta
You
hear me.
Haitian,
Listen, you hear
you
me?
Haitian,
Of
hold
course.
up, you fucking Haitian coming here is I'm fucking American. I fucking am
Wait,
standing on my business too.
Wait, hold on, Grateful, Grateful,
We been
Grateful,
killed, motherfucker.
Grateful,
We been killed
Grateful.
like
Hold
a
on,
motherfucker.
Grateful,
Are you fucking
Grateful.
Let her vent.
serious?
No,
You
Grateful. Hold
I
on,
think it's a
Grateful,
Okay,
Grateful. Hold
okay,
on, please,
okay.
Grateful. Yeah, but we gotta be able to control the panel. So please, Grateful, when
okay.
someone is speaking, please just allow them to talk as far as it, and limit your cuss words. And let's not do any f bombs. I know it's people cuss words come out, and we're very passionate people, but we want to keep the cuss words down. I just want to speak up for 2 grand. I don't think he was saying anything about the American people being bad or anything like
I did
that.
not.
I think when he
I
was
did
talking
not.
about I-80 and the revolutions in the history, saying we don't talk about
Hmm.
it enough. 2 grand, are you familiar with the Arawak influence on I-80 people and how they were able to use the Arawak spirituality when it came to the wars and the revolts?
Absolutely, absolutely. We 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 this is coming from my big mama, which my grandma. My grandma taught me a lot. You know, I'm like I said, I'm born Canadian. I went to school in the U.S. for many, many years. I lived in New York. I lived in Florida. So I have a little bit of I have a little bit of all of it. You know what I mean? And also, I also went to school in Haiti for a little bit of time as well. So I kind of went into all of it. So I think I have a good perspective, and that's why I did not come on here. I did not try to act like I was better than any Americans or anything like that. I don't feel that way. I lived in America. I love America. You know what I mean? I'm just not there anymore. But no. Part of who I am came from America as well. I played basketball, went all over America because of basketball and Canada, and I traveled because of it as well. So, no, I'm not really here to talk against America or anything like that. You know, the young lady came on. She's really passionate. I get what she's saying, but at the end of the day, this I feel this is the type of emotion that they want. They want that type of anger and that type of energy coming from us. But I
Well,
don't let that do that to me anymore
man,
because I know. Yeah, go ahead, Rod.
That was a good point.
so the thing is this: the people in none of those islands that was already there when the settlers came have ever been
Yup.
our enemy.
Never,
None of those
never.
island people before the settlers came was ever our enemy.
No,
The
exactly. That's
islands,
what I'm saying too.
listen, the islands got invaded by the same beastie hordes, the French Huguenots and Spanish
Yes, sir.
conquistadors, the same
Yes,
as
sir.
South America, the same as
Hmm.
North America. They
Yes,
renamed our stuff, right, because they claiming it. But it comes
yes,
a time when the bill comes due.
Mm-hmm.
Haiti have been under strict restrictions by the American government the whole
yup.
time they've been there,
The whole
right?
time. Yes, sir.
The whole time there. The reason why you have rampant poverty in Haiti is because of embargoes on the island to
Yes,
exercise
sir.
the autonomous right of the people of the land to do
Yes,
international trade and to
sir.
bring in their own resources and trade from the island to the other lands, and they stopped it. So
Yep,
now,
exactly.
because they controlling the purse strings and they pooling the money with the same conquistadors, the same Huguenots. We call them
Yep.
over here today dirty Moors,
Yes.
right? That's acting like
Yep.
they in the leadership positions, that's taking all of this cushy income to watch they people suffer. That ain't really they people, but they can play the
Yes,
part
sir.
in order to deceive us and allow them to dominate us while they reap all of the rewards of keeping us under the heel of an oppressor.
Yep. Yep.
Haiti
You're
came
absolutely
after the Haitian Revolution, and Dessalines comes to prominence, and when he dispatched soldiers to Florida to fight Gullah Wars. He dispatched conjurers to New Orleans to fight spirit wars.
Mm-hmm.
They end up marrying into the local communities in Louisiana and became absorbed. Most of them got absorbed by the darker Creole peoples.
Yes.
And the ones in Haiti, they still intermarry with people from Puerto Rico and Cuba and Dominica down there, but they stayed in this area they call Little Haiti.
Yes, sir.
So because all of the tribes was given the area to rest at during the war, and that's where their villages were. And the villages became city spreads over time. Right?
Right.
So we don't have a problem with the original people of Haiti. We got a problem with the same people in Haiti that's selling out the Haitian people to live high on the hog, and they ain't us. And they over
Let's
here
go.
living
Get
high
in
on
the
the hog,
business.
and they ain't us.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But there's
So
something I wanted to bring up about Haiti and the way also the revolution started that people don't talk about enough is the way the revolution started. Even before Dessalines, there was a gentleman called Jean-François Marcandal. Now this is a gentleman that taught the women back then about the herbs, about how what about different herbs, and taught them about nature and things plants that were good for you, plants that were bad for you, and stuff like that. And what a lot of people don't know about the Haitian Revolution is that the way it started from the inside. So most when the French came in, the French took on certain people to be their maids, and we all know men were not taken in as maids back, and they didn't want butlers. They wanted women working in the homes, and basically the way it started, the whole revolution started with women first because it was women that were in these houses with these slave masters, and it started from the inside. They poisoned a whole bunch of slave masters, and this started with the women that were strategically placed with these slave masters, and that's how it all started. We had to kill off a lot of slave masters that through their homes, through the food and whatnot, right? So that's how it actually all started, and that's what I wanted to throw out there because a lot of people think that it was army and this and that started it, but no, it was our strong Haitian women that had the courage to start certain things from the inside, and that's how the men were able to overcome and conquer on the outside because it started
Grand,
from the
do you
inside
know
with the
who
women.
Cecilia Fatima
So
is? Have you
Get
ever
him,
who?
heard of
Yes,
Cecilia
Dosa.
yes,
Fatima?
Sit
One
this
yes.
second,
nigga
Grateful.
down.
1 second, Grateful. 1 second. Yeah, so the only thing I would say about what you just said is I don't know about the men teaching the women the herbs. The herbs, the knowledge of the herb had been being passed down. This magic, as they call it, black magic, or these witches, it had been being passed down in history for a long, long time. And we can see
But
that
it's not.
magic not only in Haiti or that
You can't call it
spirituality, but we see
magic.
it in the
You can't
Salem
only
witch
call it
trials
magic.
as well.
But you can't, I don't call it magic because it was just being close to the earth. We were close to nature. I don't call that magic. You understand? That's what they call that
Oh
now.
yeah, that's
You
why I say
understand?
they call it magic, they call it witchcraft,
Yeah,
but I call it more of a
yeah, because
spirituality, but yeah,
yeah,
like a nature or anything. But yeah, Cecilia
exactly.
Fatima was the one that actually led the charge in the beginning and saying, let's go. And
But
we know
she,
Dessalines actually used women not only that were like owned slaves, but they used the women to infiltrate with the other
yeah,
side of the men on the French and the on
exactly.
the
You're
army
absolutely
side. So those women were reporting
exactly,
back with information, and that's how they were able to win, even though they had thousands
absolutely.
versus 100. So
Absolutely, but it didn't only start with Miss Fatima. Miss Francois Macandal as well had something to do with it. You could actually Google it and you'll see as well. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, this is something we don't talk about enough. But as Haitian people, we have to uplift our women the same way Chief Pontiac is talking about the
Hey,
matriarchs and
we getting
everything.
feedback from you now.
Oh, that's mine. My bad.
And we have somebody else who's been waiting to get it in.
Yeah, let's go to the next
Oh,
caller.
2 grand. Hold, yes, mute up, please. 2 grand. Mute up. Mute up.
Okay, I'll mute up. Thank you.
Thank you. Or if you're done, you can feel free to drop down. Hey, Samora, how are you? You're back.
I didn't want him to drop down yet, Dots. I wanted to finish answering.
Okay, well, mute up.
Excuse me?
I told him to mute up.
Yeah.
She's talking to 2 grand. She's saying mute up so Yasif can get in.
Right.
So please don't go down yet.
Yeah, peace to Sister Freedom, Sister Dots, Sister Dulcinea, the rest of the gentlemen and the other lady on the panel and the chat. Yes, I just wanna, I'm listening to what you guys are saying, and to me, I go back to what we were speaking about the last time. And again, I feel like everything that you guys are discussing are all about this civilization and this history of this civilization, but you're not talking about the civilization before. This is why I ask you guys, I would like to ask any of you guys, who are you when you say you're Americans? Because there are various people that came into America, basically. And if you say you're the original people, then please tell me how you built the pyramids and all these other structures that are in America.
Yeah, listen, I definitely want to drop in. I'm definitely going to drop in on this right now. Did you say I am speaking to? I am of America. Listen, I'm not of America. I am American. I'm not dropping no drop or no one drop of my Lacusis, honey. You know? Isso é uma conexão por casino. Ha! They want to put a patata more sick mana. Now, I'm gonna say that to you, and you won't get it, and you won't understand it. It depends, it did not. You're over sucker. Huh? So, understand that shit, and you won't get it. And y'all motherfuckers that ain't pout this shit, you won't get it. I'm gonna say it again. So, kamakasagmagabasika boba, sino, sigo pastek mo. The drop will go past and go back. The person began to poco pasi. Huh? Y'all don't understand that shit, and you won't get it. And a lot of y'all, even y'all that's strapping off his bitches, y'all us, you're not. So komatsi, go pakateno, kaskopagabaso kopene batata cosa. That was the thing that they go past together, kasogabara. They go past to guacha guacha and I'm done, and I'm fucking out this bitch. Rod, you get it?
Have a good night, Grateful.
I'm out this bitch.
Grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Grateful.
Good night.
Rod, did you want to answer his question? How we know we're the original people of America versus all the other people that have come into America?
My family lineage is old Mississippian, the oldest blood stock on the land. The old Mississippians lineage traced back into ancient Azteca, Maya, Inca. Those are all the same people. Today they still there. They call them Afro-Mexicans. And going all the way down into the people of Belize that look like us, that's always been there. when we talk about the islands, we have records in our archives that talk about how we traded with the people on the islands. Our big mamas would send their big mamas gift packages, and they would send them back from the island because things from the island was delicacies to the mainland, but things from the mainland was delicacies in the island. So the bloodline lineage of the oldest people of the land traced back to when Earth was called Atlantis and Lemuria, which was two regions of the same high functioning civilizations. We went through a civilization crash due to what's known as the Vimanis Wars or the Anunnaki Wars, depending on which source you want to go read about the war. The people of this land have intermarried up and down the eastern seaboard with people of Africa for thousands of years before a guy named Christopher Columbus was ever born. The people on the West Coast used to do trade with the imperial houses of China and Japan long before the Moors brought their Mongolian, Hun, and Vedic captives over here as servants and sicked them on us. The wars that we fought in modern times has to open the gateway to the legendary people that we are. Once we realize who we are, we know the tribal right to reclaim the land when you become a chief under a certain status in a stock independent of the bloodlines of the motherland we call Africa at its oldest source. We emerged in this creation along with creation on the lands that we from. We can read the land because there is a frequency signature from all of the blood of our ancestors that saturates the land. The land will tell us the story of how the land got saturated with the blood. If you're not one with the land and from the land can't talk to you. It can only talk to you through the people from the land. We know who we are because the frequency that we talk and the means in which we communicate with each other, we're able to make clear the distinction between modern society and modern tribal disadvantage based on the oppression of modern society. We've always knew we was from here, but we also always knew we was infiltrated by people that look like us, that's not us. And the elders that give me the history are not the people that wrote the history books. So I go to the history books to verify what the elders said, and now I can see it all written in the code. So we know that we from here, and we know that we trace back to the old Atlant, in which Thoth talks about in the Emerald Tablets.
So the second part of my question is how did you build these pyramids and all these other buildings that we see all around America and around the world? All right, let's just say America.
Well, we had different tribes had different construction techniques. The serpent mounds is not built with the same technique that the pyramid in Teotihuacan is built. There's two different sciences from two different clans. The Nazca lines is a whole nother set of ancient relic from a different tribe. And different means of building went into them. Right? That everything wasn't built the same. So the temple priests who erected the pyramids down there in Mesoamerica is the same architects of the ones in Egypt. If the Egyptians of today don't know how they built the pyramids over there, and they was invaded the same as the Americas, why would you think we would hold that information of how we built the pyramids over here under the same oppressive onslaught and it not applied to the people in Egypt?
Well, you mentioned the emerald tablets and you referred to that. I mean, there must be some kind of document or something that you refer to that will give you that knowledge, is what I'm asking, because I can tell you how those pyramids were built, and they were not built by any Native American. They were built by Africans.
See, now that's the presumption. When you say African, you coming from the out of Africa theory. I don't
Wait 1 second, Rod.
ascribe
Can everybody besides Rob mute up, please? There's an echo. Thank you. Sorry. I didn't want you to have an echo.
the melanated, kinky hair people that was already over here. I don't classify them as Africans. But you had indigenous people all over the world, and America is the oldest land on the planet that was populated. But the out of Africa theory tell you that everybody traced back to what they call primordial Eve and historical Adam over in Africa in order to capture the narrative of the out of Africa. We emerged from the ethers of the planet at creation over here. And the people in Africa, the prominent tribes, emerged with the ether on that continent. The same with the peoples of Asia and Australia, right? These people energy is what draw the lineages of the bloodlines of the families to the different parts of the planet. We want to say African because they want to push the everybody African narrative, and that don't have anything to do with us, and nor are we concerned with the out of Africa theory, right? We don't have a problem with African people, but we was melanated, kinky haired people of this land, Turtle Island, already. So as far as some Africans, we may similar and resemble Africans by skin complexion and some of us by hair texture. But just because we phenotypically have
different
common
features.
traits don't make us Africans.
That's a fact, and it's the same thing with Haiti too. Haiti, I'm an original Maroon. We the original Maroons at the end of the day. We Christopher Columbus said he came over there to the Middle Passage and discovered that, but he found us there. You understand what I mean? So shout out to you, Rod. Keep going.
Yeah. So
And
in
also,
their
I think
science,
one
they
thing he
classify.
said that was incorrect, but I mean, you can tell us, Rod, is there some kind of scripts or tablets that say how the pyramids were actually built in Egypt?
No, they haven't
Well, not
recovered them.
just in Egypt, but in America is what I'm asking.
No.
I'm
I'm
not.
asking
Yeah,
about in Egypt. I'm asking about in Egypt. I'm asking
There's
Okay.
Rod, is there any
None of
tablets or
none of
scripts
the
that
pyramid texts tell how the pyramids was built because all of the writings in Egypt, the hieroglyphs, the pyramid texts, all of those texts was written thousands of years after the pyramids was done.
thank you.
Right. So I
right.
put it to you, Rod, that
Mm.
I mean, is it Rod or Rob?
Right. ROD.
Rod. I put it to you, Rod, that because you don't know how the pyramids and all these cathedrals and
I didn't
buildings
tell you I
were
didn't know.
erected. So please tell me how were they built?
I might not want to tell you.
Mhm.
That might not be none of your business. That might be some tribal business that I need to keep among my tribe.
I disagree because I mean, if you did
You
know,
got a
you
right.
would have
You're
said.
not supposed to agree with everything I say. Anybody tell
That's
you
correct.
you're supposed to agree with anything I say, everything I say, or that I'm supposed to agree with everything you say is a damn fool. We ain't supposed to always agree.
True.
But you don't have. There is no written record of how the American pyramids was built, and there is no written record of how the temples in Egypt and the pyramids was built.
Facts.
Absolutely
Well,
facts.
there is
That's a fact.
to an extent, but you have to piece it together, basically. And this is why I say I put it to you that I
You have to
know
piece
how.
it together. Have you pieced it together to go build one? Yourself?
Well, no, but I'm just gonna try. I'm
That's the
gonna
only reason
point
why
to
he
you
asking this.
how we
So how do
were
you
told
know? So without building it yourself, how do you know that all the pieces will come together and show you how to build it?
Right. Okay. Let me explain.
That's right, though.
We have, if you look at the Sumerian text will tell you about the giants and the giant trees, which I mentioned in a previous stream that we had. Now, these giants and the giant streams basically are due to the higher frequency in which we had in the prior civilization to this. We have been, you can say magic, you can say whatever you want to say, but we have been brought down in frequency. Hence why you don't know how the pyramids were built. But if you look
Why you don't know that the world
at the
is
time
moving?
of the
I
frequency,
already did a video on how the pyramids was built 3.5 years ago, but I'm not finna go into it because he came with an agenda.
Right. And if OTK, if you're still in the audience, if you could come up, because it's not only the Sumerians that talked about the giants. We know that clearly because most of us know about the Bible, in which the Bible mentioned the giants as well. But you'll find out as far as in indigenous cultures here that giants were spoken of. So it's not something that just the Sumerians talked about.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm saying to you that these are African narratives. These are not
That is not
American
true
narratives.
again. How
So
you know
if you're
Well,
talking
yeah, the
about,
one you spoke of, hold on. The one you spoke of is African. The one that I just brought up is not African narrative. That's why I'm trying to tell you that giants were spoken of in other things as far as a lot of people would say it's Asian. So there's different places amongst the world that talked about floods, that talked about giants. This is not a story that only comes out of Africa.
but what you have to understand
Look,
is,
they got
hold
a
on,
whole
please, can I?
Smithsonian. Hold up.
Yes.
They got a